Hello, good morning, everybody. Um, Welcome to week three exercise on the Dick and Carey design model. My name is Charles Kofi. Um, so, on the Dick and Carey design model, it has a couple of stages, about nine of them, and I will begin from the first stage, which is the instructional goals. The instructional goals would be anything measurable or the desirable state of affairs by instruction. So you have to analyze a discrepancy between an instructional goal and the present state of affairs, or the type of personal perception of needs. That's basically the instructional goal. And then the next stage will be the instructional analysis, which is to determine the skills that should be involved. The learner should be involved as far as reaching the goals are concerned. So, for instance, you talk about a product of which will be on a list of steps and then skills used at each step in the procedure. Um, so, talk about learning task, maybe about the objective of instruction that involve intellectual skills. So, this is about the instructional analysis, and then you move on to entry behaviors and learners characteristics, which is the third stage. This is to determine which of the required enabling skills the learners bring to the learning task. So their background experience, their learning experience as far as the task is concerned. So um, if you are training them about fire safety, probably they have some skills that they've acquired either from their previous job or from their home or from high school, the lessons they learned about fire safety, and now at the corporate level or at their workplace, how they'll be able to relate to that. That's the entry behaviors and learners characteristics. And then stage four, performance objectives. It will translate the needs and goals into specific and detailed objectives. So you have to determine that the instruction is directly related to the goals. That would be performance objectives. Um, Next stage is the criterion reference test items. Um, this is to diagnose an individual possession of the necessary prerequisites for learning new skills, and also to check the results of student learning during the process of lesson, also to provide documents of student progress for parents and or administrators. So this is more or less like an evaluation um, that's in between the lesson. So as and when the lesson progresses, you have some form of evaluation in there just to you know encourage their learning and to provide them feedback, so that you motivate them to learn as the lesson progresses. And then stage six is instruction strategy. This is to outline how instructional activities will relate to the accomplishment of the objectives. And then, and so demonstrating knowledge about the learner's task reflected in the objectives and effectiveness of teaching strategies. So you will talk about the choice of delivering systems. How is the teacher going to be? Is it going to be teacher led? Is it going to be activity oriented? Is it going to be centered on the learner? Um, how do you define the strategy? It all depends on the lesson being taught, the learning abilities, and the instructional materials available. That would also determine the strategy to use. And then we have say seven instructional materials. Um, It is to select printed or other media intended to convey events of instruction. So, use of existing materials when it is possible, need for development of new materials or otherwise, and then the role of the teacher will depend on the choice of delivery system. So, instructional materials are very, very important because it also motivates learners to learn, and really um, takes away boredom. When teaching kids, you need to give them materials to play with, and it encourages them to learn. And then stage 8 is the formative evaluation. This is to provide data for revising and improving instructional materials, and also to revise the instructions so as to make it effective as possible for a larger number of students. So maybe one-on-one evaluation, small group, or field trial. This could be examples also. Stage 9, summative evaluation, is to study the effectiveness of the whole learning strategy or the whole learning process as a summative. Is conducted after the system has passed through its formative stage. So this is conducted at the end of everything, at the end of the whole learning um, system. And it could be done in small scale, large scale, short period, or long period. So basically, to review the stages again about the Dick and Carey model of instruction, another popular um, instructional um, theory that has been used to effect learning and teaching is the Dick and Carey model, which has 9 stages. Stage 1, instructional goals. Stage 2, instructional analysis. Stage 3, entry behaviors and learners' characteristics. And then the next stage is performance objectives, which is stage 4. Criterion reference test items, stage 5. Then you have stage 6, which is instructional strategies. Instructional materials follow, and then formative evaluation for stage 8. Stage 9 is summative evaluation. And so this is the end of my submission, and any feedback are always welcome. As always, it's a pleasure working and learning from you guys. If you have any suggestions or anything like that, feel free to comment on my post. Thank you so much. Bye bye.